Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of mine, and today's video I'm going to be drawing my pets reimagined as human characters. Now this has been an idea I have been wanting to do for a little while, so I am kinda glad I am finally able to do this idea. First off, we are going to be starting off with my pet bird, Mochi, who you may have seen in my banner on my YouTube channel and in my profile picture and in other places I had drawn him and on my TikTok. Now, I think Mochi is probably kind of a toddler, like a kid, who is probably very shy and is kind of slow to opening up to new things and new people. So since I had recently gotten Mochi about, I believe, a month ago, I don't really know too much about him since he's still slowly opening up to me, but I have seen little moments where he shows his actual true self, like when he starts singing or talking to me, or when he's just playing with his toys, or just being silly. One of my favorite things that I have seen Mochi done is when he copies me. Like one time I was spinning my head and he just started spinning his head and we just kept going on for about 10 minutes, and it was probably one of the best things I have ever seen him do. Definitely one of my favorite things, and definitely shows some signs that he is starting to get along with me and finally open up to me and trust me. And also, the other day, he finally allowed me to give him a head scratch, which made me so happy because I have been wanting to do that for so long because he looks so adorable and so soft, and he finally let me, scratch his head, and I was so happy because that is also another sign that he trusts me. On the day I had gotten Mochi, the man working at the store had told me Mochi was a thick, chubby boy. So I decided to interpret that a little bit by making him a little bit chubby. Since most toddlers are chubby from what I've seen or know, I decided to make him chubby, and it makes sense because toddlers are chubby, and I don't know what I'm saying, but the funny thing is that each time before I'd bought Mochi, I'd went to the pet store to look at the birds, and the guy each time working there had actually recognized me, so I thought that was kind of a funny thing I might share. So yeah. And now here he is in his glory. I actually really like how he turned out with his cute little overalls and all the colors, and he looks just like how I imagined him. For my next pet I will be humanizing, it will be my cat, Asia. Now for Asia's character, I wanted to give her kind of a sassy personality because Asia is definitely one of the most sassiest cats I have ever met. She is also kind of mean, and I think it's maybe because I prefer dogs over cats. I'm sorry to all you cat lovers. I don't hate all cats, I just hate my cat. I do feel like she would be more of the older sister kind of figure to everyone, and she would be kind of like the popular kid in school. But let's not talk about how mean she is, though. She isn't so bad. There are times where she will come around and be nice to some people. In her own way, of course. I feel like if Asia was a human girl who actually went to high school, she would definitely... Mochi! She would definitely give pretty good advice, maybe love advice, or maybe tips on how to look better and wear nicer clothes in high school. I feel like Asia would definitely be the type of character who goes shopping all the time at the mall, which is why I gave her a few shopping bags in her hand, and I feel like right before she gets to school, she probably goes and grabs a drink at Starbucks. I feel like if Asia were to go to the same school as me, she would definitely target me as the number one to be teased or bullied with her weird group of friends and popular kids, because technically, from what my mom likes to say, she is my younger sister, and although she is younger than me, I feel like she would definitely be older than me if she were human. I do feel like if Asia were to see anyone else bullying me, she would probably just beat them up or something, or just say something mean to them, because usually it is the older sister's job to be mean to the younger sibling. especially since she's pretty sassy and very bossy. Something that Asia used to do that kind of freaked me out a little bit is whenever I would wake up for school in the morning, she would just run in my room and then just jump on the bed and get right into my face, which kind of freaked me out a little bit because I thought I was going to be strangled by my own cat. One of my favorite things that she did, though, was she had actually fallen asleep with me on my bed, and I had woken up to a giant fluffy face of cat because I guess I had accidentally had my door closed and I didn't know she was in my room, so I guess she had no other choice but to just lay in the bed with me. So I thought that was a very nice thing that she did. It was the only time that she did that, but it was definitely very nice, and it was kind of odd for her because she doesn't really like me that much. This design definitely took a little bit longer than I expected it to, but here she is, and I absolutely love how she turned out. It definitely seems like something she would look like if she was human, and it definitely is how I imagined her to look like. The next and final ones I am going to be humanizing is my two dogs, Bella and Zeus. This drawing of them definitely took a little longer than I wanted it to, but I actually really like it, and I think it was a better idea that I took my time because I kind of rushed with the line art work and it kind of came out sloppy, but I think whenever I colored it in and started to shade it, I started to like it a little bit more. So it's always important to take your time. For Zeus's character, I wanted to make him a little bit of a soft and kind of lovable type of personality character. I feel like if Zeus were to be a human, he would probably spend his weekend baking muffins and all these kinds of sweet treats. And that is also why I added a little muffin baking tray with muffins in it to show a little bit of his kind and soft personality. I feel like Zeus would also seem like the type to be more adventuristic, kind of, and maybe just go hiking or fishing or just walk a nice beach at sunset. Next, for Bella, I decided to make her seem like the type of person who would probably go running and exercise, which is kind of why I gave her some leggings and a tank top, and although she has Converse on, that's okay, you can run in your Converse. Probably not a good idea, but you can. I also feel like Bella would have really bad stress and anger issues because she kind of does for most of us because we drive her crazy and just make her a little bit angry sometimes. But that's okay. She can let her anger out on Zeus. The reason I say this is because Bella and Zeus definitely love to play fight, and I absolutely loved when Zeus was a lot smaller than Bella and they would play fight because it was so adorable. But now that Zeus is a lot bigger, it kind of freaks me out, so he's technically getting revenge on Bella now that he's a lot bigger, is what we like to think. I originally was gonna give Bella a more punk rock kind of outfit. That's kind of why I interpreted like the skull on her shirt, because I feel like Bella, if she were a human, she would definitely listen to loud and maybe punk or rock music, because she seems like the type of, if she were human, she'd seem like someone who would listen to that kind of music, or just crazy pop loud music and just blast it in her headphones. And although Zeus may seem lovable and sweet, I do feel like he would also listen to the exact similar or kind of same genre as Bella. I actually do remember I had drawn Bella as a human before, which is also kind of why I wanted to make this video. I unfortunately don't have the drawing, but I do remember whenever I made Bella, I gave her a shirt with the skull on it, and I gave her the exact same high ponytail, and I gave her more of a punk rock look, but I wanted to give her a more subtle and more sporty kind of look, but also kind of a punk rock look. I'm not exactly sure what I was going for, but I wanted to make it seem like she definitely exercises every day. One thing I like that my dogs do is when they occasionally would lay next to each other, like in this image right here. I think it's absolutely adorable. No matter how many times they fight, they are still able to get along in some way. My favorite thing is how Zeus is definitely a whole lot taller and bigger than Bella, and Bella is like a whole lot smaller. And I definitely like how Bella just thinks that she's actually a lot bigger than Zeus and she's the tough one. But in reality, we all know Zeus is the tough one now. And now with that said, here they both are, finally finished, and looking very stunning. I definitely loved how these two came out, and I definitely loved how all of them came out actually. They're all so adorable, and they are all amazing, and just exactly how I pictured them in my mind. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!